Have you ever felt her pull away, not just physically, but emotionally? You try to get close, but she avoids your touch. She used to want you, crave you, and now it feels like you're strangers living under the same roof. You might be asking yourself, why has this changed? What did I do wrong? And can I ever get that fire back? I want you to pause for a moment and really sit with that question. That feeling of rejection, of being unseen, is something I hear from hundreds of men every year, and I can tell you right now, you are not alone. And more importantly, this is not the end of your sexual and emotional life. There is hope, and there are methods you can start tonight that will restore both intimacy and potency. In just a few minutes each day, you can take action to rebuild connection, confidence, and desire. Let me make this very clear. This isn't about gimmicks, quick fixes, or temporary tricks. There is a simple, science-backed method that addresses both the emotional and physiological factors that influence intimacy. By the end of this guide, you'll understand what's happening in your body and hers, why her desire may have changed, and the practical steps you can take to reignite passion. There is even a physical spot on your body that, when gently stimulated for just 2 minutes a day, can enhance blood flow, nerve sensitivity, and sexual confidence. But here's the thing. While this physical aspect helps, the real transformation comes when you combine it with emotional intelligence, relationship awareness, and consistent presence. The body follows the mind, and the mind follows emotional safety. So, if you want to restore desire, you have to address the full picture: mind, body, and heart. Hi, I'm Dr. Emma Blake. I've spent over a decade helping men just like you, men who are frustrated, embarrassed, or even ashamed because their intimacy has changed. Men who wake up in the middle of the night wondering what went wrong, who feel powerless as their relationships shift into something distant and transactional. I'm a relationship therapist, a men's sexual health expert, and a marriage coach. Over the years, I've seen men restore confidence, reignite desire, and rebuild emotional bonds that had faded, sometimes for decades. And today, I'm going to give you everything you need to take action. No judgment, no fluff, only methods that work when applied consistently. Here's what this journey will cover. First, you'll understand why her desire has changed, and it's almost never as simple as stress or age. Then, we'll explore the emotional connection you may be missing and how to restore it. I'll give you step-by-step actionable methods you can start tonight, including a physical technique that takes just 2 minutes to enhance potency and confidence. Finally, we'll look at a week-by-week roadmap for transformation so you know exactly what to expect. By the end of this, you won't just understand the problem. You'll have a clear, actionable plan to restore intimacy, connection, and desire in your marriage. Let me share a story with you because stories are powerful. They make what seems impossible real and attainable. Last year, a man named Mark came to me. He was in his late 50s, exhausted, frustrated, and convinced his marriage was slipping away. His wife, Sarah, had stopped initiating intimacy months ago, and when he tried, she seemed distant, almost indifferent. Mark tried everything he thought would help: romantic gestures, compliments, expensive gifts, even trying to schedule special date nights. Nothing worked. Every night, he went to bed feeling rejected, inadequate, and sometimes even angry at himself for failing. Then we did something profound, something simple, but transformative. The first step was addressing the emotional distance between him and Sarah, not just focusing on physical intimacy. He had to understand that sex is an expression of emotional connection, not a standalone act. Then we added a physiological component. He learned how to stimulate a specific spot in his body, an area that promotes circulation and nerve sensitivity, which helped him regain sexual confidence and readiness. Within weeks, Mark noticed a change, and not just physically. Sarah started leaning in again, initiating affection, sharing laughs, and opening up emotionally. He wasn't just performing sexually. He was present, confident, and desired, and if Mark could do it, you can too. Many men don't realize that sexual desire, whether in women or men, is closely tied to emotional safety and connection. Hormones, blood flow, and nerve sensitivity matter, yes, but emotional disconnection kills desire faster than any age-related decline. Think about it for a moment. If she feels criticized, ignored, or even subtly unsafe, Her brain literally reduces sexual arousal. Her body responds to emotional signals far more than most men realize. Stress, lack of sleep, unresolved arguments, and even the burden of household responsibilities compound this issue. It's not just a personal failing, it's about the environment you create together every day. Here's where many men unknowingly sabotage their own intimacy. Pressuring her for sex, saying things like, "Come on, we used to," creates tension, not desire. Avoiding meaningful conversations leaves her feeling unheard. Ignoring emotional cues, thinking that gifts or compliments are enough, simply doesn't work when emotional safety is absent. Over-relying on physical fixes alone, pills, supplements, or even self-stimulation, cannot replace emotional intimacy. Recognizing these mistakes is crucial because, left unchecked, they kill connection faster than age ever could. The emotional truth is simple. She needs to feel seen, heard, and safe before desire can return. When emotional safety is restored, physiological arousal follows naturally. When resentment, pressure, or avoidance dominate, even the most potent physical techniques fail. This is not about force, manipulation, or trickery. It's about creating a safe container where intimacy can flourish. This is where the communication and safety method comes into play. First, remove sexual pressure temporarily. Commit to at least 1 week without initiating sex. The goal is to reduce tension, remove fear of rejection, and create curiosity. A simple phrase like, "I want to focus on being close, not just on sex this week," can work wonders. Next, engage in meaningful conversation. Ask her how she's feeling, about her desires and her stresses. Listen with empathy, not judgment. You might say, "I notice we've grown distant. I'd like to understand what's going on for you emotionally." Then, practice active listening and curiosity. Reflective listening, repeating what you hear and validating her emotions, is key. You could say, "It sounds like you feel overwhelmed and unseen. I hear you." Show consistent emotional availability through small daily gestures. Touch her hand, ask about her day, or share a personal vulnerability. This demonstrates that intimacy is safe, enjoyable, and pressure-free. Finally, introduce the physical component for potency. Massage the perineum or prostate area gently for 2 minutes each day. This improves blood flow, nerve sensitivity, and confidence. Do it carefully and hygienically. By combining emotional reconnection with physical enhancement, you address both the root causes of lost desire and the physiological readiness to enjoy intimacy again. So, what should you expect over time? In the first week, emotional safety begins to grow. Less pressure, more openness. By week 2, curiosity returns. She notices your new approach, small gestures feel meaningful, and connection begins to blossom. During weeks 3 and 4, physical intimacy improves naturally. Arousal increases, and desire starts to reappear. By months 2 to 3, a full transformation occurs. Emotional and sexual connection deepens, potency is restored, and your confidence skyrockets. Remember, this is a process, not a quick fix. Patience and consistent action yield lasting change. Holistic factors also play a significant role. Stress management through sleep, exercise, and meditation is critical. Testosterone naturally declines with age, but proper nutrition, rest, and activity help maintain hormonal balance. Address resentment and unresolved conflicts head-on through communication. Sharing household responsibilities reduces emotional burden on her, which in turn increases desire. A man who attends to body, mind, and relationships simultaneously is unstoppable in restoring intimacy. I understand how heavy this can feel, the rejection, frustration, and fear that desire is gone forever, but it's never too late to restore connection. Even if your marriage has been struggling for years, you can begin transforming it tonight. Every small action, every conversation, every touch, every 2-minute session of stimulation is a brick in the foundation of renewed intimacy. If you're ready to take action, comment below. I'm ready to restore intimacy. Share your progress, your reflections, or even your struggles. Doing so builds accountability and creates a community of men who refuse to accept emotional and sexual decline. Optional tools can help accelerate results. A gentle prostate or perineum massager can improve circulation and sensitivity. Supplements can support blood flow and testosterone levels if approved by your doctor. Guided communication exercises for couples help strengthen emotional connection. But remember, the tools are secondary. The emotional foundation always comes first. Now, imagine waking up tomorrow, not with anxiety or guilt, but with hope, confidence, and anticipation. She looks at you and feels desire, curiosity, and love. You touch, talk, laugh, and connect. Not out of duty, but out of genuine intimacy. You're not just restoring sex, you're restoring a marriage, a bond, and your confidence as a man. You have the power to make this change. Start tonight. Be present, be patient, and take action. I'm Dr. Emma Blake, and I've seen men like you transform their marriages and their sexual confidence. Now it's your turn.